All right, welcome everyone to another Age of Radio. Mercury, I'm so excited to be here. And one of these days, I need to clean this mess that's behind me. I keep every time I look at these shows, I see this part over here that has like a bunch of our archetypes comics, and then there's like microphones up here and files, and I think that right there, I think is a Huion third display that I used to write on. I have so much stuff that I need to get cleaned up in this room. I see all of the amazing YouTubers that have those amazing backgrounds, and I'm like, man, one day I need to have one of those amazing backgrounds to take Mercury to the next level. If you're brand new to this show, this is a podcasting news and pop culture news show. My name is Jeremy. I'm the host of the show. You can follow me everywhere at Age of Jeremy. And we come to you live most Fridays, like today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. So we are really excited to be with you today. We have a jam-packed show for you. We have everything to talk about from AI Slop. It's everywhere on the AI verse. Meta launched some new stuff last week, I think it was the week before, and so did OpenAI, and we're going to deep dive that, and also deep dive into Trey's Substack article because he did some comparisons, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. We're also going to talk about podcasts for lunch. It looks like midday listening trends are changing for people that are listening to podcasts, and also iHeart and Audible announced a new partnership, and Call Her Daddy is essentially launching an ad agency. So that's just some of the news we're going to get to today. We have so much to get to, so we're really excited for you to be here. Make sure that you follow me on at Age of Jeremy, and make sure that you smash that like button and share this with someone and subscribe to it wherever you're watching it. We want to get it in front of thousands and thousands of people because we're going to grow this show into something really, really big. Or at least we're going to keep doing it every week like we've been doing it for a year. And I've been doing that with my amazing, amazing co-host, Creator Trey. So Creator Trey, how are you doing today, sir? How's your week been?
It's been pretty good, and I'm really excited.
Is it excited for the AI Substack article?
That too, but no, I'm getting, I went for a desk setup upgrade. Hopefully my desk will be able to handle it.
Nice. What did you do to your desk? Like, did you build a new desk, or what is this that you did?
So I picked up some stuff for streaming. So I got an extra monitor. I got a monitor stand, and I was talking to ChatGPT about it, and we came up with the name Dr. Desktopus because I'm literally going to have 4 actuating arms, including one for my phone, so that I can move my phone around while I'm recording and have different view angles.
Yeah, this has been a big week for creators. Elgato had their creator week, or their like launch week. They launched, I think it was a new microphone. They launched a teleprompter that's an extra large teleprompter which I find really interesting because it can also mirror stuff. So for example, like I have our news articles over here that I'm going to go over. I could mirror that to the teleprompter, share that screen, have it in front of me, and just read directly in front of me if I had the room. They also launched some new software. So if you guys are interested in Elgato, go check them out. I'm also thinking about getting their Elgato Stream Deck because it'll be easy to push stuff up onto the stream as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into some of the exciting stuff that we have going on. But first, Age of Radio is brought to you by, Mercury is brought to you by Age of Radio. If you want to click this little QR code up in the top left-hand corner up there, it'll take you over to the Age of Radio website. You can see all of our podcasts. We're working on getting the live streams integrated in there from YouTube playlists. Dustin doesn't know that yet, but we are going to be doing that. And Dustin is the handsome gentleman that I was feeding stuff to on our starting soon screen. So if you ever if you have a funny picture of Dustin out in the wild, or a funny picture of me, or a funny picture of Trey, send them to me at support@ageofjeremy.com, and we'll get them on our starting soon. So it's really important for you to be at our live events. We have a lot of live events coming up here soon as well. In fact, one of those we actually have, it looks like, let me see here. We changed up a bunch of like the layouts here. Oh, there it is. There's the layout I wanted to try. So this is a new layout, but you can see here, AZ Calf Foundry is tomorrow, October 11th at 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's at It's at the Foundry. It's downtown Phoenix. Just go to your maps, type in Foundry. You'll know where it's at. I'm going to be live there throughout the 11 to 4 event. I'm going to be trying to get people over from the vendor tables to come and sit down with me and talk to me a little bit about my about their items that they're selling, talking about the content they're creating. Everything that we've been trying to do over these last years has really been to try to promote independent content creators. Especially that was the reason why we created Age of Radio in general, is to help independent podcast creators distribute and monetize and grow their shows without any overhead really to them. And so we continue that by really showcasing content creators through our Mercury show here at these live events. And then we'll be working to get into other live events as well. But again, I got this secondary camera that I'm going to use. Trey, did you see I got the Cosmic Orange iPhone 17? It doesn't have any service, but I'm going to try to have it set up on the desk tomorrow or on the table tomorrow, showing what's going on at the event as a secondary camera source. So we're really working to up our game for our live events. But again, we're going to be there tomorrow at AZ Caf Foundry. It's just going to be myself and my good friend to Joey. And I'll try, Trey, if you have any time from 11 to 4 tomorrow, I'll bring you into the stream too, if you'd like. We're going to have a tight fit. So I'm not going to have a co-host there with me because we're only going to be able to have 2 people at the desk. So I'm kind of interested to see how tomorrow goes, to be honest. So I'm really excited about that as well. We also have UwuCon next weekend. That's the 17th through the 19th. I'm really excited about UwuCon. It's a show that focuses on content creators and voice actors, but our Cos Talk live crew, Thermo AZ and Jinx Cosplay, they're actually in charge of the entire cosplay event. So I'm really excited to see what they have in store because they have a whole great lineup set up. Mercury is going to be there highlighting a lot of the pieces of the show. Like we're going to video and talk about the opening ceremony at the event. We're also going to be talking about, we're going to be doing some panels. In fact, there's these panels here. This one I'm really excited for. Thermo is going to do a Cos Talk Live Gaming. She's going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, if I'm not mistaken. There's also going to be a Disney sing-along. There's going to be a Steven Universe sing-along, a Hosbin Hotel sing-along. There's voice actor panels. In fact, Jin Yu, one of the characters in K-pop Demon Hunters, Creator Trey, is that a person that's in K-pop Demon Hunters? I still haven't watched it. Jin Yu, is that a character that's in it?
Yes.
Okay, that voice actor is going to be at UwuCon as well, and I'm going to try to get him to sit down with me and do an interview. At least Jinx said she's going to try. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's what we're really going to try to do as well. There's going to be a 3D printing into cosplay event that we're going to try to highlight. Dungeon Master, this is the thing with Thermo, things no one told me about D&D. So if you want to get into UwuCon, click this QR code at the top left above my head. That's going to take you over to the UwuCon website. Get a badge. I don't know how much the badges are. Let me go see here. Single day badge and full event badge. All right. So single day badge is $30. Full event badge is $50. A whole squad if you was 150, and a VIP badge is 90. Myself and Joey will be there from the Geek Collective. We'll be doing a lot of stuff about the event, videoing, and doing some commentary about the event, and then we're going to work to set up some really cool interviews. And this is all next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So not only do we have the Foundry this Saturday with myself and Joey, and we'll be streaming live, we will be streaming live. So if you're not able to come to the convention center in Mesa, Arizona, you will still be able to check out all the cool stuff that is going on by subscribing, liking, setting up your notifications for Age of Radio Mercury. So that's one of the things that I'm really excited for. What are some of these things would you be interested in if you were going to this? Let me go back to this.
So real quick, are you hearing me twice?
I'm sorry, Trey?
Are you hearing me twice?
No, I'm not hearing you twice. No, sir. I only hear you beautifully once.
Okay. Really weird because I'm hearing myself.
I wonder if it's kicking back into my well, it shouldn't be because it's not picking up when you talk. I don't know. It might be something on your end, Trey. I don't know.
Yeah, no worries. I will try my best to ignore it.
Okay.
Anyway.
We'll have to figure that bad boy out later, what's going on with that. But what is something that you might be interested in coming to if you were to come to this?
I think the voice actor panel would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Trey, you don't do a lot of conferences, do you? It's just
no.
Is that just there are conferences that happen in Montana though, aren't there?
There are, but never in my city. And also it's a noise thing.
Also, it's what?
A noise thing?
Oh, yeah, a lot of noise, of course. This also is cool. The music of Nintendo. They'll be showcasing music from the company that has brought to life the world of Inkopolis and Nintendo, from Mario to Xenoblade Chronicles of Splatoon. There's also a famous person there that I've never heard of that other people might have heard of called Mega Rand. Mega Rand's actually going to be there. So Mega Rand's going to be there. Big Johnny D. DeLegino says, "Come on, Jeremy. I know you're watching this crypto dump right now. I hear you twice on here, though." Oh, maybe I don't know if Big Johnny's saying that to you. Is Trey coming through twice to you too, Johnny? Let's see if he comments back on that. But anyways, so that's coming up next week as well. So I'm really excited about that. But other than that, there's some other cool things that I want to talk about, because on November 8th, we also have our comic conservation at the Phoenix Zoo. So the grand opening of that was October 4th. October 4th was the grand opening of that. Todd McFarlane was there. We weren't able to be there because I was doing an insurance event with our team, but Todd McFarlane, the Phoenix Zoo, is raffling off a signed limited edition lithograph created by the one and only Todd McFarlane, the creator of Image Comics and of Spawn. The exclusive 3x5x5 lithograph was released in 2005, limited to only 500 copies, each personally hand-signed by Spawn's creator, Todd McFarlane. This lithograph was originally inserted into the Spawn Special Limited Edition hardcover, making it an exceptional rare collectible, a sought-after piece of McFarlane history for fans and serious collectors alike. You can head on over to phoenixzoo.org, find this conversations page. I didn't make a QR code for it, so my bad. And you can go ahead and enter to win the raffle by clicking on this button here as well. Okay, last but not least, I do want to talk to you a little bit about a comic that Joey put a trailer together for a Comics One crowdfunding that he's going to be doing. So I'm going to play this trailer. Trey might be trying to work out on his double voice thing. I'm not hearing him as a double voice. Unfortunately, I don't have the show pulled up on another device. So if you're listening to this and you're hearing myself or Trey double or echo, please let us know so we can make sure that we take care of that and maybe can get it fixed for you as well, because we want to up our audio game. Might be that I need to put in earphones too, but either way, Trey, be careful when you put the earphones on, because the sound is going to come through this amazing trailer that Joey put together. All right. No One Gets Hurt. It comes October 15th to crowdfunding on Comics One. No One Gets Hurt is a comic kicker. So Comics One, Comic Kicker Press, is proud to announce the launch of No One Gets Hurt. Number one, the gripping debut issue of a new action horror comic series from acclaimed writer Ben Ford and rising star artist Emmanuel Martinez, available exclusively on comics beginning October 15th, 2025. This emotionally charged supernatural thriller explores grief, memory, and the monsters that we carry. And if you want to look right up here, there is a QR code. If you're watching this on your YouTube channel, maybe not on your phone, go ahead and scan that with your phone. It'll take you over to Comics One. Go and check out this first issue comic crowdfunding for No One Gets Hurt. Again, that trailer that you just saw was brought to you by Joey Galvez from the Geek Collective. So I'm really, really excited to see what happens with that. And if you want to check out all of the other Kickstarters that we have going on and everything that we have going on, go to geekcollective.net right now, and we will be transferring that over to geekcollective.com. Trey, are you still getting dual sound from yourself?
I am trying to get connected. I am hearing dual sound speaker. Bluetooth is being a pain. I might but I did look trailer. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely, Trey. And now you're coming, sound volume wise is coming in a little weird on my end now. It's not double, but it is skipping quite a bit. Just giving you a heads up.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Yep, absolutely. I'm going to kick over into some news, though, to get us started with some of the amazing news articles that we have going on as well. I'm going to hold off on the AI slop until creator Trey gets back with us. So give me 1 second here. Let me pull up some of this news. We're going to start off with podcast lunch. Podcast listening is the highest between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., according to new data from Edison Research. Breakfast time isn't too far behind, however, but the data shows that Americans aged 13 plus spend about 10% of their total daily audio time listening to podcasts. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Q3 2025 share of ear data is scheduled for release to subscribers early next week, but they've been providing weekly insights readers a sneak peek of the data. This brand new data shows that Americans age 13 plus spend 10% of their total daily audio time listening to podcasts. The greatest percentage of podcast listening occurs between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., accounting for 29% of all daily podcast consumption. Early morning between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. is not too far behind, with 24% of podcast listening occurring within this day part. In third is mid-afternoon, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at 21% of all podcast listening time. The percentage of podcast consumption decreases from then on as we head into the evenings and overnight hours. If we look at this, we can see that 29%, which is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., is the best time for people to be listening to podcasts. Now, that being said, this doesn't really fall into my specific wheelhouse. I mean, for example, I mainly listen to my podcast in the afternoon when I'm going into the gym. Sometimes I'm going to be having it playing while I do some work. Depends on what the actual podcast is that I'm listening to. But for anybody out there that has a podcast and they're trying to find a really good time to launch it, those numbers right there, those metrics, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., are probably going to be some of your best metrics. Or in my opinion, you could technically throw it out at about, you could probably throw it out about 7 a.m. In the morning, and you're going to want to do it in your main time zone would be my main guess, because again, when they're getting this survey, it's from the time zone of where anybody is at that's listening to it. So that would be probably one of the best places that you could probably send out that your podcast, if you're getting into podcasting, which again, I encourage everybody to be into podcasting, to get into podcasting as much as they possibly can, because everybody has a voice, everybody has a niche, and everybody should be doing what they can to send that out into the universe, in my personal opinion. And you might only get like 100 followers or 100 subscribers. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, this show now gets a couple hundred, actually between everything, probably close to about 400 or 500 views an episode now. I mean, we've been doing this every Friday. It started off as Instagram where we get like 3 views. So again, it all takes consistency and then trying to tweak when you're doing certain things to get more people involved. So let us know if you have a podcast in the comments. If you don't have a podcast in the comments, or if you don't have a podcast and you're in the comments, let me know what you actually listen to and throw out some of your favorite podcasts. We'll throw them up here on the stream, and we can definitely share that with more and more people. All right. And again, if you're just tuning in, Creator Trey, he's working on getting his audio fixed. We were having some audio debacles. And so once he gets back, we're going to go heavy into this AI slop that's taking over the universe. But I'm going to move on to some other news. In other news here, Audible. Oh, Trey, are you back? I think you're muted. Hold on. Now talk. Oh, you muted yourselves. It says you can't unmute. All right, well, Trey's going to try to find a way to unmute himself. Hey, look, this show gets better every week, and we thank you for your support. Audible team is now with iHeart for celebrity-fueled audio book club. The iHeartRadio app may not have a dedicated vertical of audiobooks, but a new tie-up between iHeartMedia and Audible will bring something for audiobook lovers to discover. In a joint production, iHeart's branded content studio, Ruby, has debuted Earsay. And if you don't know what a branded content studio is, essentially it's where a brand or a company is behind the actual podcast or the money of the podcast. And then that becomes like the overall brand of that specific podcast. So in this case, Ruby debuted Earsay, which is an Audible and iHeart audio book club show that is essentially sponsored by Audible and iHeart audiobook. If that makes sense. So it's a limited podcast series featuring audio for storytelling experiences, hosted by actors and audio enthusiast Ed Helms, who is from The Office and The Hangover, and Cal Penn from Harold and Kumar, one of my favorite movies of all time, and House. Each episode will bring together a star-stuffed lineup of iHeart podcast hosts and special guests to dive in to the Audible projects that they can't stop listening to. So, Trey, are you back, sir?
Can you hear me?
Oh my gosh, you're coming in really loud and clear. Now let me turn down my audio.
Yes. Do you have a DVD playing in the background?
No, I have nothing playing in my house.
Okay, I'm hearing something in the background. On your end, too. And my echo is not on.
There's nothing in here, no.
Okay, that's weird.
If it's a slight humming, it could be this fan.
Oh no, it's like music, like a TV.
Is there a TV on in your house by chance?
You know what? I think there is. Here. Okay, so it's all online. I'm gonna try and leave this studio and then come right back. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, Trey. Hey, look, everybody who has been supporting us all these year that we've been doing this will continue to support us. So I'm going to kick back over to this podcast news here. Let me kick you out of the stream here. All right. So iHeart and Audible are coming together to create this like branded content from Earsay. Episode 1 will feature a special appearance by actress Jenny Garth, who's from I Choose Me podcast. Garth will join Helms and Penn and discuss the Audible original adaptation of Pride and Prejudice, an audio reimagining of the classics Jane Austen's novel, highlighting modern sensibilities and a fresh take on timeless themes. The first episode of Earsay, the Audible and iHeart audio book club, is now available, so make sure that you go and check it out. Now, I'm a fan of these types of partnerships. I mean, when you have two groups to come together, they might be able to come up with some type of other, type of content that would be super beneficial where they both benefit from it, right? So in the case of iHeart, they're going to be the podcast distribution of it on one of their shows, but it's going to be teamed up with Audible. And the goal is to not only drive people from, say, Audible to listen to it, but people that are on iHeartRadio to listen to it, to then also drive them to Audible to listen to it. And to that point, I wasn't really a big fan of audiobooks. I'm still not a super big fan of them, depending on who's doing the reading. But I actually did. I got into listening to some like Stoic philosophies. So what I've been doing is I've been collecting all of the Penguin books, philosophy classics, on Audible, and then listening to them to kind of like indoctrinate myself for some of the concepts, or again listening to them over and over, listening to them while I'm laying in bed, to kind of get the concepts that are being presented in some of those philosophy classics. Philosophy was a big part of my education when I was younger, and at one point in time I really wanted to finish doing a doctorate in philosophy as well after I was done with my MBA, but then I started doing work, and then work took over and started going to it. But point is that if you are kind of ever concerned about if you are ever concerned about reading versus listening, or listening to audio books as opposed to reading them, it doesn't matter. The point is spend time getting the knowledge. Go check this out. The thing that I like about podcasts and the information that they present, I was on a call earlier today with one of my business partners, and we were going over some tax strategy, and we're working on a tax strategy to deliver to people in our accounting firm that I have, Q Financial. And so when we were in there, I found out about some of the software that I was using by listening to a podcast. The goal of doing the listening is you can find more information, listen to more of these podcasts. You'll find other content that you want to partake in. So I'm a big fan of these types of partnerships. And I wish them the best, and you should go check them out and see what other types of stuff that they have going on. All right, moving on in some of the other news. Survey shows hosts drive loyalty in podcasting. The latest from a nationwide survey from the biggest growth opportunity in podcasting isn't just discovery, it's becoming a listener's favorite. The podcast study by Strategic Solutions Research and Point-to-Point Marketing finds that the path to building core fans is becoming clearer, according to an exclusive preview of the third segment set for release this week. Based on responses from 1,200 U.S. adults aged 18 to 54, the research underscores podcasting's strong momentum. Nearly half of listeners say that they expect to spend more time with podcasts in the next year, but the study stresses that long-term success depends on converting casual listeners into devoted fans, and favorites dominate the listening. So 60% of total podcast time goes to a single favorite show. Creators must at least break into a listener's top 3 to compete, but real growth comes from deepening loyalty among core fans. Hosts play an outsized role. 80% of listeners said the host is the key to their favorite show, and 59% said that they would listen less or stop if that host less, which is a key to one of the things that's really important for hosts like me and hosts like Trey when we're doing these types of shows, is to continue to better our presentation to what we're giving to the audience, because most people come back for the specific host. And Trey, this is something that you've talked a lot about in the past, that you traditionally only focus on the content for the people that you like, which is essentially saying this exact same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can hear you good.
I can hear myself again. Let's just see how it goes, I guess.
All right, perfect. So Trey, continue on that thought while I drink some of my coffee.
Got it. Okay, so that is the only I listen to podcasts, except for a small subset where I hear recommendations. Like the All-In podcast was a recommendation. But like Comfort Zone, Through the Griffin Door, and a couple other ones.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, and Trey, I don't want to frustrate the situation anymore, but I think when the echo hits, it's dipping your voice out here. Does that make sense?
Exactly
when you were coming in and coming out.
I'm
gonna
see. Is it any better?
Say again.
Out of curiosity, is it any better?
Yeah. Do you still hear yourself twice?
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna see how it's coming. I'm gonna do a test here for fun. again, if people have been watching, this thing gets better and better. So I'm not opposed to. The thing is, we figuring out all of the nuances and then working to get them better, and then we can share it with the people that we have. All right, Trey, go ahead and talk. Oh, Trey, you're muted, sir.
Okay. Oh no. Yeah. I have no idea why that.
Yeah, that echo's kicking into the live feed. Yeah, I just checked. It's pretty bad.
Okay.
All right, you continue to work on that. I'm going to continue going to the news. All right. So what I was going to say with Trey is Trey mainly listens to people based off of them being the people that they like as a host. So a lot of the times when you're doing content creation or anybody who's watching this, like you find a personality that you like, and then we tend to follow those. So I mean, this makes sense that most of the people are gaining their following based off of their personality as a specific host. That's one of the key things that people look for when they're listening to a show. And that's one of the reasons why, if you're already famous, a lot of those shows take off a lot more, because there's already people that are dedicated to that specific show. Like Dua Lipa has a show. She does an amazing job on her conversations that she has. And so if you're a Dua Lipa fan, you'll probably follow listening to all of the stuff that Dua Lipa's doing, including that specific, Dua Lipa show that she has where she talks to, I mean, she just had Tim Cook on her show just the other day, the CEO of Apple, and they just sat down and had an amazing conversation. So again, if you have a podcast out there, if you're watching, you're thinking of starting one, you have to make sure that you're continuously working on the things that you're doing. Like that's one of the things that I try to do on this show. I spend a lot of time going back and listening to the show to see what could I have done better? How could we fix this technical issue? Right now, like we're running into this technical issue with Trey. Me and Trey will try to figure that out to streamline that process so it doesn't happen again, and we can give you guys the best experience. And then as you tend to like us and the things that we're sharing, then you would become more loyal to listening to the stuff that we have into the future. Trey has, we're going to hopefully be able to talk about Trey's Substack here on Slop AI. But if you like what we're doing here, you would go over and you would listen to, or watch his Substack or read his Substack. I don't know why I said watch. It's not a specific video. All right, let's go and see what else we have going on. All right, this is a big one. Call her. Actually, there was one more. Was this oh no, that had to do with video games. All right, we'll get into some other stuff with the video games here in a minute. But Call Her Daddy. I don't know if you know this, but Alex Cooper, she got $100 million deal with Sirius, and she has a line of hydration drinks. So the host of Call Her Daddy, Alex Cooper, right? She has $100 million deal with Sirius. She has a line of hydration drinks, and now she is launching an advertising agency. The podcaster who rose to fame, hosting the tell-all interview show Call Her Daddy, on Monday of this week, said she had opened the Unwell Creative Agency, a new unit of Cooper's media company Unwell. In addition to offering services such as creating content and developing marketing campaigns, the agency is positioning itself as a conduit for brands, specifically now to reach Gen Z women through live events, original productions, and the parent company's podcast network. Again, it looks like the way that this is going to work is she is going to have this agency that she's in charge of and created as the main thing. Oh, Trey, are you back?
So if you get a chance, could you double check your audio stuff? I'm not saying it is, but I can't find anything wrong on my end.
No, I mean everything from here, because I listened to the feed when I muted myself, and my audio is coming in perfect on the feed. So I think that it's coming. I think that it's coming somewhere from your headset.
Okay.
But what I can do to double check, I can put on some earphones into my speaker set.
I just don't know what else to try.
The only thing that I can think of is if it's coming through vis-a-vis this audio. All right, Trey, can you talk?
Yeah. How's it going?
Okay.
It's still there.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I could think of. How is the microphone connected to the display?
It's connected to the back of my Mac Mini.
Okay, that's the only thing. I'm wondering if maybe we look to get if we look to get another piece, but I'm going to continue. Let me see if it's doubling on the audio again on the feed. Go ahead and talk, Trey.
Okay, I'm right here. Can you hear me?
No, it's echoing only. It's echoing from your side, Trey. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. Are you able to just use the mic from the iPad Mini?
I can try and get on from the iPad. I'll do that.
Oh wait, so you're not in the StreamYard on the iPad?
No, I'm on my desktop Mac Mini.
Oh, you're on the Mac Mini. I'm sorry, that's what I meant. You can't. It doesn't have its own. It doesn't have its own microphone, right?
Oops. I tried the iPhone microphone. Just a sec.
And it's not showing out from a port like on your when earlier my StreamYard connected to my Surface, and so I had to then tell the connection to go over to my Zoom L8.
I made sure it's the right microphone. So here's my and it's
Guys, thank you so much. We'll be right back for the technical. We're just trying to fix a technical issue, and we'll jump right back in a moment, guys.
I'm sorry, Gary. I can leave this with you if you want.
What happened?
I said I'm sorry, and I can leave it with you if you want.
No, I think it's good. I don't know what would be causing it. The only thing that I can think that's causing the echo is somehow of how the connection's being picked up by StreamYard. But I don't know what would be doing it other than that. Oh, let me try something real quick. Let me try this. Okay, now talk. Are you getting it?
Let me see. Yep, I'm getting it.
Okay, I tried your echo cancellation. Let me try my echo cancellation. Okay, now how about it?
Okay, your voice is a little bit quieter.
Good. But is it still echoing on your end?
It is. It does seem a little bit quieter though. I may be imagining that.
Okay, that I don't know. I just know that the echoing was coming through in the stream. Like really bad.
Right.
Yeah, it's still coming in super bad, Trey. I just double checked in the live stream. All right, well, Trey, while you try to figure some of that out, I'm gonna go back and kick back into the. Oh. All right. While you try to figure that out, Trey, I'm gonna kick back over into the live stream and talk about Unwell, and we'll come and check in on you shortly, sir. All right, so moving back to this, again, Alex Cooper, widely known for her podcast, is stepping even deeper into the marketing. Their first major partnership is going to be Google, kicking off with a high-profile collaboration. Unwell Creative Agency has secured a multi-year partnership with Google. This deal signals the agency's ambitious approach, focusing on long-term relationships with major brands from the very start. By tapping into Google's extensive resources and Cooper's engaged audience, the partnership is set to deliver innovative campaigns tailored for modern consumers. So at a recent advertising industry showcase, Cooper highlighted her lifelong commitment to strategic marketing. She credited her success in media not just to content creation, but to a relentless focus on how to position, promote, and market her projects, from podcasts to consumer products and beyond. Her new agency, she said, is natural next step in her evolution as a media entrepreneur and marketer. So again, they have a specific network, and what they're doing is they're creating a ad agency that's a part of the network that will then go and create brand deals that will then be distributed out in through the network. So from my understanding of it right now, she is not actually going to be like going and finding other podcasts to start doing advertising, marketing, and things of that nature for. She's just breaking this off where there's a whole agency that's designed to go and build partnerships with brands that are going to go across her specific network. So make sure that you check out Call Her Daddy. It's one of the largest podcasts that is out there. And I'm really excited to see these types of things. You know, as if you are a content creator, as your show grows and your source of revenue that you want to focus on for podcasting is advertising, and you start to have a network, this is a logical step. There have been other large influencers and other musicians that have done this same thing, where they're creating a separate company that's going out and then trying to be the catalyst for their brand deals and brand partnerships. The case with Call Her Daddy is not only is it one of the largest podcasts, but they have a large amount of, or they have a network of other podcasts. So make sure that you check them out as well. All right, guys, I just want to appreciate you guys for hanging in there with us while we're trying to figure out the situation with Trey. As you know, this has been a guerrilla show, guerrilla show. This has been a guerrilla show, like on the street show, since we started this, and we're just going to continue to make it better. And sometimes these things happen. Maybe we'll work to get some other equipment for Trey as well to make sure that we're bringing this to you. If you are just specifically tuning in, this is Mercury, a podcasting news and pop culture news show brought to you by the Age of Radioverse. Age of Radio is a podcast network. You can check us out by going to ageofradio.com. One of the other things that you can do if you want to be a part of our community, we have other smaller events. They're virtual events like our Anime Roundtable. We have a gaming night where we get together and play games in our Discord as well. And you don't have to have a podcast with us. You can just listen to one of our podcasts. You don't even have to listen to any of our podcasts. You could just come in and hang out in our Discord. It's absolutely free, and it's just a great place to build a strong community. And one of those places that you can do for that, if you click on that bad boy right over there, QR code, you can join our Age of Radio Discord. Once you're in there, you have access to myself, to Trey. You have access to some of the podcast hosts. And again, we're working just to make it a fun place for people to come and talk about content, share their content, because again, content is some of the most important. Content consumption, in my opinion, is like the funnest part about life is consuming content, especially when it's really cool content that's out in the marketplace. All right, so moving on again, we will be at Foundry tomorrow. We will also be at UwuCon next week. Age of Radio Mercury is going to be doing a lot of the live commentary for the cosplay stuff that is going on. There's an opening ceremony that Jinx is going to be doing. We're going to be recording that. There's going to be a sing-along with Supernova. She's a cosplayer. She's going to be doing a sing-along. We're going to get some of that content. There's also going to be a special performance by Mega Rand, who is a really big YouTuber in the anime cosplay space. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you get your tickets to UwuCon. You can get your badges right there. It's at the Mesa Convention Center next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, we have Trey back. I'm going to see if Trey's back in business. Trey, you there?
Hey, Jeremy, can you hear me? God dang it.
I can hear you. Is that echo still there?
Yeah, I tried Safari. I don't know, man.
It has something to do with the input from the microphone, I don't know, into the Mac Mini somewhere. is all that I can think of that's causing it.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself and see if I can think of anything.
Absolutely. Appreciate you. All right. So we do have some other news articles to go to. I'm going to hold off on the AI stuff. If we can't get Trey to work this week inside of the live stream, we'll save the AI slop for next week because I really want to talk about it with him and get his opinion on that. So one of the things that's really cool is Nintendo Switch continues to add older games into its mix, and they're going to be continuing to add some of those games. Some of them are going to be a game that's actually never come to the United States. So every addition to Nintendo's online catalog of classic games is a welcoming one, not least because there's no reason on earth that the company doesn't just add them all at once, given they'll sue you into the sun if you try to play the 30-year-old games by any other means. But this latest update for the SNES collection in what's now called Nintendo Classics has Budsy and a Fatal Fury, which are actually stuff that I have never played before. So if you've played Bubsy and you're watching this, or Fatal Fury, go ahead and send out a comment below and let me know that you've played those bad boys. So Bubsy in Claus encounters of the feared kind first. You have to forgive the double punning title because the NES and Genesis release was extremely well received in 1993. The first of 8 Bubsy platform games, with a 9th to come next year. From an increasingly desperate Atari, the nothing like a Bobcat Bubsy sets out to save balls of yarn. Not exactly a high peril stakes, but a classic piece of 16-bit platforming with an animation style you just don't see anymore. Next up is Fatal Fury Special, a 1994 SNES release following its 1993 arcade debut. So those are coming to Nintendo Switch Online Classics. But more importantly, they are bringing a game that was never released in the United States called Mario and Wario. It was put out for the Super Famicom in 1993, but then never went on to receive a worldwide release, even though the game was entirely in English. But now the rest of the world can finally discover this peculiar Lemmings-like puzzle platformer featuring Mario stumbling around levels with objects obscuring his view after Warrior wedged them over his head. You play as Wanda, a fairy who magics the level's platforms to keep Mario safe and guide him to Luigi, who will pull the object off of his noggin. And she did all this using the SNES's mouse peripheral. So yes, they're bringing it to you because the Switch 2 has a mouse-like controller, which I have not actually tried. I'd love to find out if Trey tried it. We'll see if Trey is back yet from his technical difficulties. Trey is not back yet from his technical difficulties. I'll be right back then. Trey, are you back with your... No, I'm just kidding. We'll be back with Trey in one more second. All right. So make sure to check out the Nintendo Switch Online. All right. This is a new report that I found really interesting. A new report finds most people barely buy 2 games a year, as opposed to myself, who I buy a fucking game, excuse my language, every single week probably, and never play any of them. Internet drop. We're having all kinds of technical difficulties today. It's just a crappy technical difficulty. Maybe it's my internet that's causing Trey to double hum. Who knows? The internet's garbage here, and we're working on that next. All right, more games are coming out more than ever. Like, I got Ghost of Yote last week. I pre-ordered Borderlands 4 on my Switch, and do you want to know how many hours a week I play games on my consoles? Put it in the comments. What you think I play, wherever you're at. Hopefully it connects and shows me the comments on StreamYard. All right. I play 0 to 1 hour a week if I'm lucky. because that's what happens when you're an entrepreneur and you work 90,000 hours a week, is you never get a chance to play any video games. Ghost of Yote, everybody should go out and buy. It is freaking amazing. The list of notable October releases hit 55. There were dozens more games that could have been included. It's a good thing that with the market flooded, the average gamer is also buying a ton of games, but that's not true. A nurse survey by Circana finds that the majority of players in the US buy just 2 games a year or fewer. The data point was shared last week via Game Discover Co. by the firm's head of gaming research, Matt Piscatelli. And Matt Piscatelli put this together on an X post. Hyper enthusiast, price insensitive players are really keeping things going, especially in the non-F2P gaming space. And to correct myself, he put this out on Blue Sky, which seems to be a better a platform where more left-leaning individuals, not saying that I don't know what its political leanings are, but traditionally Blue Sky, now we polarized and created left-leaning social media Blue Sky and right social media leaning X. But anyway, he put this out on Blue Sky. According to the Circana's Q3 2025, only 4% of U.S. video game players buy a new game more often than once per month, with a third of players not buying any games at all, right? We can look at this video game percentage less often than once a year, 30-some%, about once a year, 12%, about one every 6 months, about one every 3 months. Now, this is probably, this is my opinion on it. People don't have a lot of time to play games, especially because of life. So what? Gen Zers are now in college, right? Or alphas? No, Gen Zers are in college. Alphas are young kids. Gen Zers are now in college, right? Millennials are trying to figure out what the fuck they're doing with their lives because they're all in their 40s and they haven't accomplished anything. Gen Z or who's after them? That other generation that no one cares about. What is it? Millennials, Gen Xers, Gen X is now essentially, I guess, in their trying to figure out retirement, and they don't have any money. So no one has a bunch of money just to go out and buy games and then spend all day playing frickin' games. They need to be doing stuff with their lives. So I guess that this makes sense. People are buying less and less games because they don't have time to play them. Now, that being said, I'm super fortunate and I can buy all the games that I want. The problem is I just don't have any time to play them also. So if I had less money, right, then I would probably buy less video games because I would only be buying the video games that I wanted to make sure that I had the time to play. That's one. Secondly, video games are very in-depth. Like Ray, one of the members in our Discord, said that he'd already played 60 hours of freaking, I think he said 60 hours of Ghost of Yote and had done nothing in the game. Right? So you can do more inside of the game. You can play it multiple times to try to figure everything out. You can also, there's the DLCs that all games start to add to them. So again, you have all of these avenues to continue to play a game over and over that it doesn't make sense just to be buying a bunch of games. And I feel that that's going to be something that the video game industry, at least for the large corporations, have to figure out. What'll probably happen, as an example, Silver Lake did their buyout of EA, and the largest leveraged buyout in history, for $55 billion. And they'll probably reduce the amount of games that EA puts out even more so, right? Because they know that people are going to be playing them longer. They know that they're going to probably be adding DLCs to them. So again, you need to, that's something that they're going to have to look out. Joey put, who's probably taking care of his kids rather than being on the show, I play 5 to 10 hours every 2 days. See, Joey plays too much video games, and he needs to be out there selling comics on the street corners of all of our comics from the Geek Collective. I'm just kidding, Joey. Joey's going to be with me tomorrow at Foundry. If you want to come and hang out with us, see all of our anthologies, maybe you're a content creator, you want to come down to the Foundry in downtown Phoenix, just go to your maps and type in Foundry because I don't know the address. I suck, apparently. You can come and hang out with us. You can do an interview with us. I love having conversations with content creators. I love having conversations with people. Love having conversations with Trey. We just need to figure out what's going on with his tech stack because something's going on, and I'm not sure. It could also be the studio itself. I don't know. Joey, you should come in here and see if you're getting an echo when you come into the studio, or Jinx if you're out there, or Chuck, or anybody. Let's see. We'll bring back in Trey. Trey, did you get it fixed yet?
Let me see. Okay, so I did something that made the echo way better. It's still present. Am I dipping as much?
Are you what?
Am I dipping as much?
Jessica says yes, it works.
Fantastic.
But I don't know if she's referring to the YouTube or if she's referring to your talking in the stream. Yeah, Jess, I don't know why it might be. I don't know why it's only showing the YouTube comments. It's probably a setting that I have to go and fix. So thank you for sharing that. I'll work on that for next week as well to take this to the next level. Sounds much better, Trey. Sounds much better, Trey. Joey says no echo. All right, Trey, you want to do another hour?
My gosh, time flies.
Time fly. Well, let me get your thought on this. Why do you think people are buying less video games? Let's start there.
I think that prices have gone up, like everywhere. So people have less, like they have more discretionary income in some cases, but a lot of people have way less discretionary income than they used to.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a good point too, that they just have less discretionary income. So, and with the inflation being freaking crazy as well, I think from 20 to 2025, inflation has been 24% cumulatively. That is ridiculous. The on average prices have risen 24% from 20 to 2025. And so you're right. People may not just be able to afford having video games. On top of that, the prices for video games are freaking outrageous. What's it cost for a Switch 2 game now? The same as like an Xbox game? It's like $90 for a Switch 2 game?
Yeah.
Something ridiculous? I don't know. All right. Real quick, we're going to do one thing, and then we're going to have an AI slop conversation. And then we'll have a brief AI slop conversation today, and then we'll have a full AI slop conversation next week as well. Actually, you know, we won't because we'll be at UwuCon. So we'll be doing this live from UwuCon. So maybe we'll get some news articles, do a short feed for Mercury, and then we'll save for some AI slop for another time. Or we'll see how much AI slop we want to get through today. All right, so Fallout Day, October 23rd, 2025. Just letting everybody know that's 2 days after my birthday. So I expect birthday wishes and likes from everybody on October 21st. So if we have a show, it's a Tuesday, that Friday before, which would be next week. I want to make sure that everybody likes us, everybody shares us, and they're giving me birthday wishes. Bethesda announces Fallout Day stream for later this month. Bethesda took to social media to announce the return of Fallout Day, a live stream to celebrate their post-apocalyptic series and announce new game content in the process. The stream will take place on Thursday, October 23rd, the day the bombs fell in the Fallout universe. They're going to be doing this at 10 Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern, or 6 p.m. BST. Trey, what does BST mean?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
How the heck?
How the heck what?
It just got worse again.
Your situation with your bio. All right, Trey. We're gonna save AI slop for another time. Trey, I'm gonna do some quick AI slop. I'm gonna point him to your. Oh my gosh, the echo is back. I don't know what is happening. Trey, I'm gonna buy you a bunch of stuff. I'm going to buy you a board. I'm going to get you an XLR mic. That mic's going to go in there. It's going to connect into your Mac Mini. You're going to have a whole setup. We have so much equipment. We have enough to do it. Trust me. And we'll never have an echo again. I have no idea what would be causing that freaking echo.
My guess is it's system setting. But I also bought a microphone as part of the desk upgrade.
I understand. Jessica says BST is British summer time. Thank you, Jess. Jinx, I appreciate you. Come and see Jinx at UwuCon. She's running the entire thing with Thermo Cosplay. Make sure that you check out their show, Cos Talk Live. And again, we added these little QR codes. So click that QR code and go ahead and get your badge for UwuCon. It's going to be next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can see the beautiful Jinx. You can see the beautiful me. You can see the beautiful Joey. We'll figure out a way to see the beautiful Trey or hear the beautiful Trey in some capacity. All right. I think I still want to have a Slop conversation here because AI Slop has taken over the world. So Trey, do your best. We'll do a brief Slop conversation. And so Trey actually wrote a Substack article. Guess what? There's a QR code for that as well. Click that QR code or scan that QR code to see Trey's Substack where he went on an in-depth analysis on AI from these different places. But if you don't know what AI Slop is, essentially it's just images, constant images being created by generative AI. And so last week, 2 AI features were announced. One from Meta, which they called Vibes, which is here. Okay, so now inside of Meta.ai, if you go to Meta.ai, you're going to see in your app, you're going to see this new thing for Vibes specifically. And so oops, let me see here. And so Vibes Vibes is essentially going to be a new feed that's just generative AI. And so if you click on these, it should take you into the main feed. I'm on the web browser. Let me see if I can get into the main feed here. Here we go. And so again, when you see it, it's like this has music associated with it, and then it tells you what the prompt is. So this was the prompt that actually created this AI, which is wide front facing shot of 3 small puppies with mixed brown. Do those look like small puppies, Trey, or those look like cats? I'm going to say those are cats. Trey, you're muted. I don't know what's going on now. I think we're in Mercury. Mercury is in Mercury. Mercury is in retrograde, and it's messing up our Mercury show. That's what I'm going to say. All right, these look like 3 cats.
I'm
agreeing with the cat situation.
Yeah, those look like cats.
Yeah, those 100% look like cats. Anyways, they're riding motorcycles. So essentially, like this next one that came up, what if the pyramids of Giza weren't ancient wonders, but secret modern megastructures built? That AI is not pulling for some reason. Then we have this one, humanoid figure sprinting of high speed, gritty urban ally at night. So essentially, there is now just a whole feed called Vibes that you get through Meta.ai of just creating generative AI slop, essentially. And Sora has one as well. You can only get it on the App Store. But I do have an iPhone now, so I guess I could actually get it now on the App Store. But I don't have any service, and I haven't even turned it on. So we'll see how that works. So again, if you go into... so OpenAI Sora has already hit more than 1 million downloads. AI's social AI video generating app Sora has reached over 1 million downloads in fewer than 5 days since its launch. That's according to Sora head Bill Peebles. Now, I wanted to have a whole IP conversation about this. I think we're going to have to save that for next time. But the thing is that my thought process on this is that the reason why they're making these AI things is to gather more information and to help train the generative AI models a little bit more by having us constantly make videos that are making them. And then I'm imagining hopefully there is a longer thought out plan of how this is going to be utilized to then create whatever it is that they're going to be trying to create into the future. That would be my guess. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk to Trey more about this, and we'll have to wait until next time, is that one, when OpenAI announced it and launched it, in OpenAI, you can make a cameo of yourself. And then you can set whether or not other people can utilize your likeness. And so originally when OpenAI put it out, they opted everybody in to having their likeness utilized, and they had to opt out of it. And now it's the other way around based off of backlash. Is that correct, Trey? Oh, you're still muted. I don't know what's going on.
No. I as far as I'm aware, the cameos were always where you could choose if people could use them or not. The IPs was referring to external IPs, like Disney and Harry Potter and all that stuff.
Okay, because I was on the assumption that when you created your cameo and you went as soon as it was created, you had to tell the system that you didn't want people to use it as opposed to opting in to let people to use your cameo.
So when you start your cameo up, you get a thing right away. You get a menu. And you can have it be yourself only, people you invite, and mutuals. Or everybody.
And that's what it did, like, on the day in which you downloaded it originally.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. The only reason I'm saying that is because on my understanding, both on All In podcast and on I think it was Pivot and Hard Forked, they said it was the other way around. But then Pivot had a new episode out that said that OpenAI then switched it. So that's what I was confused about, because again, I wasn't able to play with it. I was going to play with Vibes, but to me, it's fucking, excuse my language, it's boring. Like, it's not super fun. Like, I made a few, and then I got tired of trying to figure out how to do how deep to go into the prompt to get it to do what I wanted it to do. So I was like, F this. But I mean, are you having fun doing it?
I'm absolutely loving Sora.
Okay, let me see if I can log into your, I don't know what happened here. No! I had your whole Substack article pulled up. Trey, are you able to pull up your Substack article and share it?
I should be able to.
Great. Hopefully we can somehow have more technical complications. Yeah, I don't know. Anybody in the comments, have you used Vibes or Sora yet with generative AI? So what I thought was really interesting about Firefly, I didn't know this. Adobe Firefly, they actually went and bought all of the IP or got permission for all of the IP from anybody that was sharing inside of Firefly. So like whenever you use AI, generative AI with Adobe, it's already been allowed by Adobe to use that AI. They're not using any content that someone hasn't already opted into to get to be able to utilize the artificial intelligence. All right, Jessica puts here that not too much water usage, and then Joey hates artificial intelligence, so that's good. I actually am building an artificial intelligence bookkeeping firm, so all of you follow me at Age of Jeremy to learn more. And we're going to destroy taxes together, one tax bracket at a time. I don't know what that means specifically. And Jessica Malik says it destroys the planet. And it does use a lot of water. And Jessica's been accused of supporting AI and destroying the planet's water usage. Hey, Joey, I'm surprised. I can't see Facebook comments on here. Is that because Facebook's not connected somehow? Let's see here.
Oh, yeah, Jeremy, I meant to mention that. Oh, the echo's better again. What the heck?
Your echo's better again?
Yeah.
Oh, Jess, look. Nope, that wasn't Facebook. It was just blue. I went to Facebook. My cesar.jeremy.quintanilla is not connected here to... I have Age of Radio Facebook. I think maybe I need to connect something else. Maybe because you share... Yeah, I have it shared to my personal Facebook, and it's also shared to the Age of Radio Facebook. So I don't know what comments come in. I don't know. We're all learning together. It's all amazing. Trey, did you find your Substack article?
Yep, I'm just getting it.
You don't...
Oh my gosh. I'm going to send you the link because it's not letting me connect naturally on Safari.
Technical problems are amazing. Oh, because you're using Safari and StreamYard only lets you use Chrome because they're douches. Excuse my language.
Something like that.
Yes, as long as we all say StreamYard are douches, I'm completely happy and a productive use of the word douche. All right, in the meantime, who loves this picture of me and Dustin? Look at that. I'm feeding Dustin food. I don't even know what I'm feeding him. This is from XRP Las Vegas. Remember, if you're out and about and you get a funny picture of myself, Jinx, or Joey, you can send them in to earn money, and they will go on our starting soon. So the more funny pictures we have, the better. Oh, that was in regular comments, Trey. I don't know how I'm going to grab that
Oh, God.
comment.
Okay.
It's all good. Go to the substack.com/home/post. Another great way to get to it. StreamYard added these keyboards here. Yes, Jess, send them yourself. Send me the funniest pictures you can, and I'll pay you for the funniest pictures that you have of yourself, and we will use them as starting soon promos. Trey, I can go grab this Substack. It was open for me for a second ago. All right, guys, just hold it tight. I want to talk to Trey a little bit more about this Substack. Just hold tight.
It's on the team chat, Jeremy.
We were having a fun technical show today. It's on the Teams chat. In Facebook or in Teams?
I'm Discord.
In Discord. I know what you mean. I got you. Oh, yeah. Here we go. This is what I wanted. Boop. From mediocre to magical, a comparison of 3i video generators. Make sure that you go up to that Substack. Click that bad boy, subscribe. Creator Trey's growing on his Substack. He's making Substacks amazing every single day. And now we have these little QR codes that I've built in for almost everything that we're doing. Look, here's one for UwuCon. Click that one for UwuCon. Click this one for Trey. Click this one for Age of Radio. Click all of them as fast as you can. All right, let's talk about this. All right. Trey, I'm interested. Break this Substack article down for me. Tell me what you're trying to accomplish in this.
So I decided to I'm going to do this. Give me just a second. Let's see if that helps. Okay, so the audio echo is really bad. I'm going to see if it works if I change to a different tab.
It's fine. I'm just going to we're just going to look here. We're going to have to echo through it. People that are listening at home, I'm sorry, Trey's echoing. We don't know what the problem is. We'll figure out the problem in the future, but I still want to have this conversation, and I don't personally hear the echo, so it doesn't bother me anyway whatsoever. And that's what I care about, is if it bothers me specifically. I just want all of you to remember that. Go, Trey.
Okay. So I wanted to compare three of the models that I have access to. So weird thing, I couldn't get into Meta Vibes. Like I tried downloading the app and stuff, but it didn't work. Like I said, not available.
So it should just show up on Meta.ai. Is that what you have?
I tried it on the mobile app that it routed to.
Oh, yeah. So you should just download Meta.ai, link your Facebook account, and it used to be called Discovery, and once they made the update, the Discovery on the app just changed to Vibes, and then it started the ability to create the AI and create it as a feed. From everything I hear, Sora is way better, though. Vibes is kind of garbage.
Mm-hmm. So I actually did download the Meta AI app, but it still says it's not available in my region.
You are in Montana, and I don't know what that means, but I feel like I imagine less things come to Montana than maybe to the other places. I don't know.
Maybe. Anyway,
I'm being very geological discriminatory right now, is what's happening.
I had access to TikTok, YouTube, and Sora. So each one is a comparison with the same prompt. And anybody can go. I'm not going to go into a bunch of detail.
Yep.
But if you want, you can actually play the videos that are on. I embedded them.
That's what I was going to say. Okay, so this one here, this is from... So essentially what you did was you created a prompt that you then used across the ones that you tested, right? So show the evolution of computers over time in one continuous shot. Start with a huge room-sized 1960s mainframe with blinking lights and spinning tape reels. Then smoothly transition to a 1980s personal desktop computer with a bulky CRT monitor and keyboard. Next, shift to a 1990s beige tower PC with a flat screen After that, transform it into a sleek early 2000s silver laptop on a desk. Finally, zoom in slightly as the laptop folds and transforms into a modern thin smartphone glowing in the user's hand. Keep the scale believable. The machines should clearly get smaller each step, but only zoom in during the very last change so the phone stays visible. Background can stay a neutral tech room that slowly modernizes. Now, this is a fantastic prompt. This is the reason why I quit playing with Vibes, is because if I really wanted it to do something beneficial, I had to create a long-ass prompt like this to make it figure out what I wanted it to do. That's the reason why I think that these are a pain in the ass. Joey says, don't use AI, fight the machine. I don't know. I'm a big fan of AI. I understand where creators are coming from, which we'll touch base here on in a minute. Okay, so you used that as the prompt. First one you did was TikTok stock. Okay, was this the prompt? And Trey, did I explain that right? This is the prompt that you used for TikTok, or did you just use these 3 bullet points?
No. So the prompt is the one video there. And I used it for all three of them.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so here, this is the one from TikTok. So that prompt was used, and it created this in TikTok.
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to play this. Why is that computer so big? That's what I get. Look, the mainframe looks good, and then you get a giant desktop computer. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Oh my god! You'd have to be like, this would be cool if you were in like remember that movie Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? If we had a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids set, in fact, we should find a way to do that. We need to grow this show so large that we can create our own Honey, I Shrunk the Kids set, or like miniature Mercury people where we build like these ginormous sized things and then we walk through them like we're miniature people. That's what we need to do. I mean, that's ridiculous. Like, that really failed to understand what was happening.
It really did. It's
right.
so simple. It didn't even get through the whole thing.
All right, then YouTube improved upon it. I mean, did YouTube really improve upon this? What happened there? What is going on? So so the way that I understood your prompt, though, Trey, is it was supposed to side scroll like the way the TikTok one did.
It was actually supposed to morph, and none of them did that.
Got it. Well, this kind of morphed in this weird YouTube one. Look, watch. Yeah, that laptop there morphs into another laptop and then into a phone somehow. So, I mean, that's kind of interesting. All right.
Yeah. Interestingly, YouTube seemed to build its video off of an image first.
Yeah, it looks that way. Oh, let's see what Sora did. Sora did seem to do it, but I don't know. Okay, I'll say this. I liked the way TikTok made it. Like, I like the graph, like how TikTok put it together. Like, if you could take the TikTok, like the way the images are, like the cartoon look, if you could take that look and put it into Sora, that would be really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the idea is what we're trying to do in the prompt was to have it scroll across like multiple different like years of technology.
The idea was for them to morph into one another.
All right, Joey says here, just more truth, you can't replace human influence. Yeah, until all these kids keep playing with Vibes and Sora, and then it's just going to make it better and better. All that we're doing is, everybody that's playing with Vibes and Sora is, if any content creator out there that's an artist or like something of that nature, like an animator, is playing with Vibes and Sora, they're literally creating their own doom because they're training it to fix all of its shitty problems. That's really what I think that they're trying to do with Vibes and Sora. And supposedly Sam Altman saying that he's trying to use Sora in some capacity to make some money. Did you have to pay anything else for Sora, or did you just log in with your pro account, Trey?
I just logged in with ChatGPT pro account. And
now, is there a way to get the Sora? Is there a way to get Sora, the Sora logo off of it?
There are sites that's supposed to do that, but I'm not sure.
I think we should fight that more than anything. I think rather than fighting the AI usage, we should fight the sites that are going to remove the mark, because then people aren't going to know if it's fake or not. Like, I saw one today of Jesus playing the devil. I would have thought that was 100% real. Jesus was playing the devil in basketball, and I would have thought that was real if it didn't have a Sora watermark on it. I'm being facetious. But, again, there are things that you're not going to know are real, like Tupac and Chris Farley hanging out together, if you don't have that Sora watermark on it. Joey says don't use Vibes or Sora. Now, do you think Sora's a cool name? I don't know what it means, but it's cool. Vibes sounds weird. You like Meta's name for theirs, Vibes? It sounds kind of cringy.
I think it does. Hey, Jeremy, I just sent a video. When you get it, could you play that one as well? Because we should talk about the cameo.
For podcast.
Yes. Let me do it a different way, though. I'm gonna push it a different way. Give me 1 second.
Sorry, by the way, Joey, I love Sora.
You're gonna have we should have a battle royale between you and Joey. I don't know what the battle royale would. Maybe like a ping. Trey, are you good at ping pong?
Nope.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I didn't think you would be good. I didn't think you'd be able to see the ball. But I don't know what we need. Maybe like a game that you guys could fight it out as. Okay, but fun. What do you mean? Who won, Joey? What do you mean? Who won what? The download got stuck or something. I don't know what's happening. My money. Oh, and the basketball, Jesus whooped his ass. I don't know. It looked pretty like Jesus was playing him. Like Jesus got around him. Jesus dunked the ball. Satan fell over, and I think then Jesus like spit on him or something. I don't know what happened. I quit watching it after that. I forgot what happened in the video. Hold on. Let me go back and see if I can read down. Oh no, maybe it's done now. Hold on.
And for everybody who's having a
podcast.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Trey, what's going on here? What, did it just knock you out? What happened? Okay.
Try it one more time so you can hear the whole thing.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can.
For podcast.
What is that a clip of me saying it at the beginning?
No, that's my voice.
It is? What are you
For
saying?
podcast.
It's supposed to be time for a podcast.
Oh, time for a podcast. I'm just hearing podcast.
For podcast.
Yeah, I think it didn't go the whole way. It's so short.
For podcast.
But this isn't you. You just gave it your likeness, right? When you set up for Sora.
Yeah.
All right, let's hold on.
For podcast.
That is crazy.
For podcast.
So what I got to do now Trey, is what we should do this next week. In fact, we can't probably get Joey to do it because he's like, I don't want to be on Sora. But what we should all go do is we should all go make our likenesses on Sora, share them, and then we should make ourselves doing stuff together. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to set, after we get through with Foundry, I'm going to get Sora on this iPhone, and then I'm going to share my likeness with Trey, and then I'm going to make me and Trey playing basketball against Jesus and Satan and whooping on both of them. It'll be super sacrilegious, and I don't know, Trey. We won't show Grandma. That's what we'll have to make sure that we do.
It's a good thing my grandma can't hear you.
I know. Joey said Trey is going to be cloned by AI now. Yeah, I mean, technically, Trey is cloned by AI now. We're all cloned by AI. Look, here's the thing. Sometimes you can't fight change. You just got to move with it. All right, guys, if you're out there and you're hearing an echo from Trey, I'm sorry. We'll have more conversations about AI. Apparently, we're just...
Oh, my God. He's gone. What the heck? Jeremy.
I don't know. I had, that was my fault this time. It wasn't the internet. There's a button on the side of my mouse that apparently is a macro, and I accidentally hit it, and it kicked me out of the studio. All right, everybody. So, again, thank you guys for putting up with our crazy, crazy mess of technical issues. We'll continue to work on them. Tomorrow, we'll have multiple live streams, so if you're wherever you're watching this, make sure that you like it. Make sure that you set up notifications. Make sure that you subscribe to it. Share it with a friend. Trey, where can people get your Substack besides clicking on this QR code? They just go to substack.com?
Yep. Search Creator Tray or substack.com/Creator Tray. Or not, creatortray.substack.com. Sorry.
Yeah. Or if you're watching this on YouTube right now, go to this freaking QR code up here, click on it, and you can be brought over to Creator Tray's Substack. Let's get him to 1 million subscribers by the evening. So share this with 9,000 people or 1 million people, and then tell them to do that. Also, too, if you go to ageradio.com, I'm assuming Joey's saying newsletter. Yeah, I meant to make a QR code for our newsletter, but again, I was just making QR codes to try to figure out how everything worked. We'll continue to get better at the show. Thank you guys for believing in us, doing this with us. Foundry tomorrow, me and Joey. I'll be getting content creators to interview and have cool conversations with. We'll also be at UwuCon next week, and we'll be live for 4-hour streaming from the Phoenix Zoo on November 4th. The great thing about being a part of our newsletter, if you go to ageradio.com, scroll down to the bottom of the page, you can be a part of our newsletter. You can get updates on our podcast. You can get update on podcast news. You can get updates on stuff that's going on in Geek Collective. You can get updates on when we're live around the valley, so you can come and hang out with us here in Phoenix, Arizona. We are going to be the largest podcast, news, and pop culture show in Arizona and at least Montana, because that's where all of us are at. And oh, Trey, more importantly, Mom told me yesterday, she said, hey, too bad you don't want to go to Montana right now. I can get a round trip to Montana for $60 on Allegiant. She got like a notification for sales. It's $33 one way. That's crazy for $60. Get to Montana. We'll fly everybody out. We'll do a live Montana show from I don't know, the Sticks. Trey, you don't live in the Sticks. You live in a decent town, right? It's not like
I live in
nowhere.
Great Falls.
That means nothing to me. I'm assuming that that's a big town in Montana, or a bigger town than I would think that it is.
30,000. It's over 30,000 population.
Yeah, you also get access to exclusives if you sign up to the newsletter. Joey's really pushing this newsletter because the amazing newsletter, Joey's taking over some of that newsletter stuff for us. We're going hard in on newsletters. We're going hard in on Mercury. We're growing this to be the largest show in Arizona and at least Montana, and then we'll go from there. So that being said, Trey, go door to door. Tell people about Mercury in Montana. I'll send some ads out about Mercury. I'm really, really excited about where we're headed. And again, thank you guys for putting up with our technical. You can follow Creator Trey everywhere on social media at Creator Trey. You can follow me at Age of Jeremy. You can also follow Joey at Joey Galvez 1984 and at Geek Collective. You can also check out Jinx at Jinx, The Jinx Cosplay, or at thejinxcosplay.com. I don't know, I'm probably saying some of that wrong. And with that, we'll go ahead and end this stream. As I always like to say, be thankful, grateful, and kind. And we'll talk with you guys soon. Bye.